Jesse Vash. Now the paint shells, but Jesse re-swings in, finds Anthem, sends out the shock to try to get the intercept here, get the interrupt. Cess is just unaware of what is happening at the moment. Ends up falling after shock, cleans up Medusa. Oh no, May will be able to find one. NDG taken out as May now positions himself just in on top of the spike. 3 players to try to work through. Fault line going across. May mows down 2. Jesse Vash now in the 1v1. Cam setup, gets the dart across, tap onto the spike, sees that he's pushing forward, sends out the neural theft as well as the dart gets removed. The hold on the half, he's waiting for the second ping. There it is, pulls off of it, but he sees it. Neth knows that he's not on it. Just playing around the timings as Jesse does play it to perfection in the end. Looks like he was the one getting toyed with, but in the end, he's just working against him.
It's just too smart, man.
My quiver is never full.
I will say on Lotus and the first half of Breeze and now here on Sunset, Jesse's been so good in so many respects. Not just his shooting, but his IGLing so strong. May trying to do what he can. I like the idea here from DFM. You know, they get that double pump on the boom bot and they're like, yeah, you know what? We're going to go a different way. And they make a fast decision there. They're able to get the plant down just in time, and it does cause quite a bit of confusion in Team Secret. And like you've been alluding to, Achilleos, these rounds are very close, even though they're going Team Secret's way, and that was another one. I mean, it came down to that 1v1. But it just is, it has to be so perfect for DFM on these executes because they take so long, and they have such little information on the map. Now, this time, they're kind of expecting some aggression from Jeremy. It feels like the watchful eye of Medusa, they're going to go for it.
They're just looking to run him down. Snake bite, try to hold him at bay here. Swing out. Medusa takes the fight. He's able to find one. Does die to the paint shell, but May at the same time finds Borkum. So overall, a trade up here for DFM.
Nice little counter trap.
Revealing area.
It's a solid reaction.
We
puts him in a decent position. Recon not going to ping down anything here. Is Envy around the corner, spots one. Starts backing away. That Rolling Thunder is online.
NDG could, if he can get this pick, he could get the neural theft. Neth not going to test this utility just yet. Likely waiting for the rest of the team to scoot over, but NDG at the very least going to be able to get the info off of his util. They're going to be heading over this way, but the rest of his team over on the other side of the map. Here they go, trying to clear the traps, and they get both of them. Wingman going for the plant. May got to tuck in behind the pillar, and NDG good for the first, good for the second.
That's going to be the neural theft now, sent out. Kingston across. Anthem and Cess to try to hold this one, but again, that Rolling Thunder available should they feel the need to send it. Mosh going to be sent. Rolling Thunder crashes across, gets the hits out onto both. NDG pushing forward, finds one. Anthem being stunned up, is able to find the elimination, but now the flashes are just holding him at bay. He's got to clear this off. They're just holding for the defuse. Swings the corner, but it's all too late. Envy takes him down, and Team Secret continue on their merry way, now 7-0.
I mean, NDG is playing this B site to perfection, this map. He is having his way with DFM when they try to come through. Yeah, the util early to clear his trap wires is good, but then he's just better. Oh, he's just expecting the repeat from May. Shuts it right down. The reveal as well from Jesse. Sets him up beautifully for the third. Just a shrug of the shoulders. It's another day at the job for NDG. Cypher's doing a business over there.
He's creeping up in here. Himself within the poison orbit. It's a 50-50, and one that Jeremy will just happily take that. Not being shocked, not being caught off guard. Jesse Vash at the same time watching here.
Taken out.
Just reading the lurks incredibly well here. Our Team Secret. Anthem now noted. Dead. NDG crisp with that headshot. Swiftly strikes him down. Spike now just around the corner. Not recovered quite just yet.
I have the spike.
Gets grabbed, swing out. Jesse finds the shot. Back out, but it's into the open where Envy is watching. Flawless round. The Secret continue on their merry way, 8-0.
Yeah, and the money relatively flush. Jeremy the only one a little bit lacking, but even he has plenty, of course, as they have been stringing round after round after round, catching every player in these isolated battles on the extremities of the map.
Enemy remaining.
And NDG just so difficult. DFM not really able to find much in the way of value, even when they get his utility dealt with early. He's still a nuisance behind that pillar. Now let's see. Maybe they try to turn it up. Oh, Borkum.
I mean, it's just the same trap play set up here. But this time, Medusa unable to win the first shot. Showstopper into the corner, unoccupied, nothing found. Jesse will be noted over on that right-hand side as Cam comes in, and NDG, it just feels like deja vu. Finds one, finds himself a second, and this B site is unassailable.
It's unbelievable. There's a wire not there. See it at the door, but Jeremy able to slip by it.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, okay, Sesu. Consolation prize, but 18 health and a lot of work to do.
Rotate to A, see if the orb is there.
Yep.
Get your ult, TP. Grab the spike, plant at A.
There you go. You have solved the puzzle.
And then just do what Scary did at Ascension.
Yeah, easy, right?
Except Secret could just triple stack the spike and stop it from happening. And in fact, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they figured it out.
30 seconds left.
Look at those champions Vandals. It's a beautiful sight.
Well, 9-0 now. And DFM, I mean,
Well, they're just.
I think it's probably time to have to spend the
10
second
seconds left.
the second time out.
Yep.
You have to do something. You have to be able to find some success on this attack.
My ultimate is ready.
It's tough. Man. You know, they're just beating their head against a wall. And it's the same results over and over. Over again, and Team Secret just gumpy.
Oh, I don't know. I just don't know what's happening. Oh. Looks like there will be the timeout call here. Just it's such a stark difference. Between what we were witnessing on Breeze and then this. I mean, again, you know, like I said, some of these rounds have been close. The last few, they have not been close.
Nope.
Been very, very clean from the side of Team Secret.
And you can.
Did Finesse turn his stream off? He said he was turning it on to help DFM. They got the map win. Did he go offline?
He cursed him.
Did his internet die again?
I mean, I don't know, man. It just feels like, you know, they try a bunch of different stuff. They're trying to find ways to break the Cypher utility to get into the site, but then there's, you know, all of a sudden the breach there as well to fault line you and just make it so difficult, and then you're still getting caught by the Cypher util anyway. And then if you try to go over to A, there's Jeremy and Borkum there, just using those one-ways and the paranoias against you, and then Envy's oftentimes quick to rotate over, get his fault line involved, set up those traps towards A lobby. Borkum that time got the kill, TP'd right over to help out at B. Now, since there was no response after they got the kill on Medusa, he's just like, okay, I can go over there and help out if needed. So it's layers here for Team Secret, and haven't been able to peel enough of them back, have DFM at all.
Jesse just sat, waiting, expecting this pressure. Top mid once again.
Here.
Smoke comes down. May just going to creep up into that, but opposite angle also being watched by Envy.
Yeah, it's just
Caught a glimpse though. Ping comes down, suspecting that somebody may have tried to lurk through.
good responses from Team Secret. Jesse knows he has a much worse angle there when that smoke comes through, so says, Envy, you cover me. A recon just to check, see if May was still considering pushing into mid-top, but
They found my wire.
nobody gonna be doing that as it is now trying to be a crunch. NDG so good right now.
Another instant headshot. Sessa dead. Omen now gone. Taken out of the equation. Medusa on the creep up. They spot each other. A little bit of damage there onto Envy. Decides to just go ahead and back away.
Triggered.
Cam now going to be destroyed. NDG had the reveal onto one. Trap wire now got sent out. Boom bot cleared. Does his back sight. Sends out the paint shell. Swings out wide with that blast pack. May is able to find one, but Jesse Bash
Revealing area.
bringing it back, keeping them in with an advantage. Pit invested, but Showstopper also available as Jeremy continues to rotate around, working his way just past that attacker spawn now into a main. Dart in, Death taken down, Jesse Bash taken off one by one, and there's the arrival. Pit will fall, as will DFM's hopes and dreams. Secret now up to 10.
That timing's so good for Jesse. Timing's so good for Jesse. That owl drone, knowing that he's got the flank rotation coming through spawn. He's got plenty of time to get the drone, figure out if there's anybody in there, gets the spot, gets his kill, backs out. That draws the attention of DFM to him, and then they just strike from behind. I mean, he's so good, man.
Enemy remaining.
And a great paranoia, too. I mean, Borkum is
Right here.
the rare Jesse laugh.
Right here.
There's plenty to be cheery about right now.
That's about as excited as it gets for Jesse.
I mean, just all things considered, I mean, they're still just incredibly stacked on ultimates. That Showstopper didn't need to be used. They have the Hunter's Fury again for Jesse. A
Yep.
mural theft rate.
It's everything you could ever want and more from Team Secret right now.
Yeah, it's just perfect, I guess. It's just the glow up, the last part, you know, of that first half. Going from very scrappy, barely scraping by with win, you know, rounds, to just dominance, just having all the right reads, just crushing, just nailing every single shot.
Remaining.
Oh my God,
Just
Jeremy.
brutality.
Yeah, it is.
And I mean, just unfortunately for DFM fans, they've only been able to pick up a single pistol round win so far in this matchup. That was what started the run back on Breeze. But
It's actually wild though that if DFM loses here, they're not necessarily out of the playoffs. There's still avenues where it happens. It's just much less likely. So take that for what it is, but this is not looking. This is not the DFM we wanted to see after that T1 win. We thought we'd be seeing a rejuvenated DFM, and now we're back to a DFM that just struggles here in Pacific. Up through mid is Team Secret, a push out towards main. Jesse, the only player available, and he still gets a dink.
it's a dink. Does botch the dart a little bit there. As the swing comes in, May will be able to find the punish. Boosted down to 47 as Anthem watching, but that's, yep, the stun coming through off the fault lines. Cage just a little bit too slow. Jeremy sees it before it can bloom. Now the blind out. Neth just having to try to exit back around here through elbow, but I mean, they're just hounding him down. They say, we don't need to plant the spike, just kill this guy. They do. It costs them 1. 3v3 with an HP advantage. Secret now. We'll plant the spike.
And the fact that Neth even gets one there is pretty impressive. I thought he was dead when he tried to cut across the site to get back over into elbow.
Poison orb emitting.
A crossfire. Oh, wait, they're going to push out. Oh, NDG reads it.
And checks the opposite side. Does get traded. Paint shells available for May. Sent towards back alley and G force up the angle, but May not checking far enough right. Take it down now, all. On Tessa, able to find the first. Shots flying through.
and Jing, and that kind of really replicated
Yes,
itself throughout the series that they had against Team Secret.
And now we're looking at predictions, especially for global esports. I predict.
Support alongside Benkai and everything else in between, and Russ being that IGL that needed to step up not only with his calls but also with how he sets up for Polvi. So all of this working together, I felt like really showed what Global was truly capable of.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like, you know, again, even in their previous matches, the reads were always pretty good from GE. I was just happy that the firepower came through against RRQ, and maybe even, you know, better positioning, better reads as well. But obviously, you know, we've been talking about it all weekend. Overall, it's been upsets everywhere, right? And Asteroid's been leading that charge. So we'll see. I mean, can GE continue that magic? Because if they play the way they did against RRQ, I think they'll at least be doing some heavy damage against PRX.
Oh, yeah. I mean, to your point about their good reads, and that's exactly what was happening since the beginning. While they came close that very first match in stage 1. And just, you could tell they had really good ideas, but they just couldn't quite tighten up the execution and making it like come to fruition here. But they're looking better now. And PRX, again, not looking as good as they were in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, actually, I'm glad that Mindfreak's being highlighted here, because I think Mindfreak's been the consistent factor for PRX's stage 1, right? Whether all of them are performing well or not, you know, whether it's a map winner or loss, Mindfreak's been very steady. He still has that clutch factor coming back online here in 2024. He's really still fulfilling his role, taking control of the areas that he's been assigned to on the map. But boy, I mean, talk about lightning fast. What a turnaround in his overall career, right? Finally being given that starting lineup shot. And I know we talk about this every match they play, but he just continues to get better every time. I mean, when have we seen Lightning Fast having a better stat board overall than Mindfreak, you know, in terms of kind of overall average across the board? I mean, Lightning Fast is looking sharp.
Yeah, even if you don't like look at the stats specifically, like just watch the games that Lightning Fast has played. He's been kind of like the everyman for global esports here. He gets those frags, he gets the punish on the multi-kills, he's able to kind of just get those big lurks. It opens things up for global esports. He's basically done everything that global esports has needed for him, and then they started winning, which is, you know, double on double kind of advantage for global.
Oh, absolutely. Lightning Fast has been so crucial for his team, consistently performing. And we're looking at the map ban picks here, and global esports is quite amazing, especially in Icebox.
Yeah, I mean, their Icebox looks really, really good. Lightning Fast also just lights up on that map. I mean, it's a 100% win rate so far, despite the overall match losses they've had. But a lot of people were asking me when they saw the talent predictions go out on social media, like, what in the world are you cooking? This is honestly the big part of it, right? I think GE, the map they're most afraid of, is the map that PRX is always going to feel very comfortable on that bind. You ban that out, you're not really worried about any of the other maps in terms of confidence level. Yeah, you haven't won on all of them, but, you know, obviously the Icebox feels good. They've always been happy to play the Ascent. You know, they were very okay to play the Sunset. I mean, I think GE absolutely has the edge in this draft.
Yeah, in terms of map pool, yeah, I actually completely agree with you. We're looking at our coaches here, Spin and Alex. Alex not wearing his signature blue hoodie, which is white.
Is that Leviathan hoodie? Or PRX hoodie?
This PRX.
Okay, sorry. For some reason,
it's very confusing with the colors.
Yeah. Sorry, I have very bad eyesight. But
That would be interesting if he was, but no. But I know Depp is carrying a Lev classic, right?
He's been going with the Lev bundle for the shout out. But it's going to be the Breeze map. So obviously that's a map that PRX still doesn't feel like they've quite figured out here with the current player lineup that they have. No big surprise, you know, trying to figure out what Jing's going to play on that map. And, you know, GE, they've been happy to play it. That leaves the Icebox open. I mean, Sunset and Icebox, I think GE is very happy about these first two maps.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. They've shown, I believe, on Sunset when they were going up against Bleed, was it? or T1, I think, that, again, they had the capability to really throw out more aggressive teams. So that's something that, you know, GE, knowing now that they also have been playing a lot more counter-strat here, is going to be good. Coming into Split, I'm not entirely sure, so maybe coming into the series, they want to get that quick 2-0, because also they haven't really shown how, you know, big of a stamina they really have as a team for now.
Now, we've seen Sunset, we've seen PRX look amazing on Sunset, but those amazing Sunset days were with Monette when he was still on the roster. We saw them lose for the first time on stage 1 when they were playing with Jing.
Yeah.
Where they switched to from a Sage to a Raze.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, the Raze, they played with this very similar, if not, I think, the identical comp back in the offseason as well with Jing, and it looked good then. Obviously, a little bit looser play. Everyone's still trying to figure out Sunset back then. But it looked messy, right? I mean, Jing's kind of flying into his death a lot of these times. He's not winning his duels. The setup quite isn't there. Meanwhile, GE, I mean, an absolutely humiliating loss against Zeta Division at the start of the season. But they have been tooling the Sunset all throughout the offseason. You've seen them play it at various events. They've been tooling it, and that was absolutely, again, humiliating, devastating. Surely they've worked on this, and I think they've also picked up a lot of the weaknesses of PRX watching what Team Secret showed as well.
Yeah, absolutely. One of those is, again, our question about if something really truly should be on that Gecko. We saw how, sure, he was setting things up, he's still a threat with the operator, but you do kind of miss him being on certain duelists, you know, just to kind of give him that extra mobility, just so that he's more of a threat that can get out of the sticky situations, because once he starts to get kind of swarmed in by the opposing team, he really has no kind of out, you know, as that kind of first contact player.
Yeah, and when one of the players on Global Esports is ex-PRX, one of the original gang, one of the longest members for a while before he switched over to Global, being able to, you know, having that double read on PRX and how they operate, because, you know, this is the same team that he's been with.
Yeah, and obviously he got to kind of watch them from behind as well once something joined the squad, right? He was still with the squad for the majority of VCT Pacific last year. So you got to imagine Benkai now being more active in the calls for GE. He knows the tendencies of these players. The entire coaching staff is going to having been studying them. I mean, Russ, obviously his prep has been, you know, second to none. I think GE is in good hands today.
Now let's pull up those predictions. Now, I realize it sounds a bit doom and gloom for PRX, and even though all the data and the map pool and everything says, you know, maybe, you know, Global might have the better shot here, it's so crazy because it's PRX. And when it comes to PRX, Astra, why are you still sticking with this vote?
I think it's Coach Frost that kind of best described it, where PRX is a team that just likes to play super dirty in the sense that their contact is their best play, right? It doesn't feel like you can read them out. They just go in, W gaming, go for those super aggressive plays that only they can do because they have high fragging players, and then it still works for them. So I feel like, again, pound for pound, they still have that massive fragging capability that is just kind of going to be overwhelming here for Global.
So I think the key thing here is not just their fragging ability, because all the teams have really high potential for that, is that they need to play together. We saw them play on Sunset, and that was the first time we kind of saw them not have that hive mind sort of play with that controlled chaos.
It already looked out of sync on the icebox before that as well.
It did.
I mean, that whole day, I think it was a combination of Team Secret having the reads, and then also PRX not playing together as a team. I mean, all the players made a lot of mistakes on that match. But I think the counterpoint there is now G's figured out where they perform best in terms of fragging power, right? It's not about going in and going for the flicks, anything like that. It doesn't have to be flashy. You know, let Polvi be a little bit more comfortable in the roast. Don't have him just go in, have to do the whole Jing thing where he flies in and gets triple kills. Set him up for success. Wait for PRX to aggress on you because you know they're going to take contact. I mean, Team Secret showed you how to get a read, how to make them uncomfortable. GE, I think, has the best chance to take down PRX for the first time today.
Yes, absolutely. The stars have sort of aligned for them for exactly this moment. That said, PRX always pulls through in the most interesting of circumstances, and I do know it is going to be a bit of a friendly rivalry facing against their own their old teammates, Benkai over there on the other side. So I'm sure they both are feeling very emotional coming into this particular matchup.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I mean, everything, all the stats, everything, it points to PRX, but I just think this is the best shot They're not going to let it go for free from GE.
All right, well, let's welcome.
Game, and frankly, I agree with a lot of what the desk was saying. You know, PRX not looking like themselves, not looking like the team that we have come to expect in their last matchup, and it feels like right now, Global Esports, they have a chance to strike.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Will said it perfectly. This is their opportunity. This is their moment, and if they can get it done here, it's going to be super impressive, and you're going to start to have concerns for this PRX roster.
Yeah.
You know, coming back to the same roster that brought them so much success last year, is that going to be replicable this year? I don't know. We're going to find out today. I think this is kind of the first step forward towards, you know, seeing this Jing, you know, reintegration. Is it going to be able to be what we saw in 2023?
We'll have to see how things go as we get ready to jump on a sunset for our first map in this series. Closed out Team Secret versus Detonation there. We're going to go right back into it, but it's big change-ups across the board here. As Global are going to be going for a duelistless comp, kind of taking this away from PRX, whereas PRX, they're saying, hey, Forsaken, keep playing the other agents that you know, we don't really see from you too often. You're going for the Breach now, Divide over onto the stage, so no Cypher for either team. But Jing, of course, going to be sticking with the Rays.
Yeah, and we have seen the Sage from Divide previously on this map a while ago. So he's bringing it back out, and I like the way he pilots it. It's using that wall to give them a little bit more comfort on the B site. You could throw the flashes over it. You could potentially throw some flashes through it. So the real question is here, how do you adapt to what GE's going to be doing, starting on their defender side with the KJ in there as well, not the Cypher. So going to be some different setups for those nanos and things like that that PRX is potentially going to have to account for, or maybe they're just going to fly past them and it won't even matter.
Well, we shall see as we get into the action. Global, new composition. Is it a new look? The stats that we flashed up on screen, obviously fairly damning as far as Global's one performance on this map thus far in the season.
And to be fair, it was against kind of an unexpected comp that came out of Zeta with the Phoenix that kind of left them completely scratching their heads at every choke point. They were getting shut down. So definitely going to be showing a very, very different look here. Looking for maybe some mid-aggression from GE. We're expecting mid-aggression from PRX. We know they cut through towards market on their pistol on their attack side the last time we saw them on this map. So
is she going to crunch?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, they get hit by the Dizzy, so this is a PRX that is doing their diligence, taking their time, and not going to fall for this, but they are just going to start pushing right through, and I don't know if PRX is going to be ready. Nano right on the plant spot where you'd expect next to that Sage wall that's likely to go up here.
Well, everybody now pushing forward here through market. 0 point goes out. PRX not really able to take any space here on the site. Get some util out on the side of GE. A little bit of damage across there on the Polvi. Now they're just going to cut their way across over into the A site instead.
Yeah, this is a good call here from PRX. Didn't like what they saw. Didn't get comfortable enough to put the wall up. So it's just like, well, let's try the other side. Grab another orb for our troubles and see if we can get into a more comfortable post plant. And certainly they are, and of course it's PRX, so we've got to do some wall riding.
Boosted up on top here. Segment does get broken. There's the Dizzy. Mind Freak having to drop down. Or rather, sorry. Divide having to drop down as Divide will be able to find one. Russ going to be taken out. Lightning Fast as well. Dead. Jing claiming one before falling there to Polvi's hands. And Ben Kai versus Old Squad to try to clutch things out. Gets two, but cannot get that third and final. PRX will take the pistol.
You got to be encouraged if you're a PRX fan and what you just saw in that round. No, just kind of go with a plan and don't change your ideas. You know, just rush down mid or rush B or something like that. Instead, they take a little bit of time, get a little bit of info with the Dizzy, go over to B, don't like what they see, and rightly so. Shift over to the other side. Even though the wall ride doesn't really profit too much, they're able to just kind of crunch in there and get the better of the trades against GE. So, okay. Good start for PRX. GE, not bad ideas. Looking to do something very, very similar on this round to what we saw previously. But this time, going to rotate into Boba instead of just all flooding through market.
Be a faster hit this time around. Walter ready, slow orb off to the right-hand side. Dizzy Well, they avoided his. Oh boy, Russ gonna get caught there with utility in hand. They flood their way forward. It's looking like a flawless, and it will be as Devi collects 3 very fast kills. PRX move up 2-0.
I almost just marked the round for GE on my score sheet because Benkai's the first name on there. And I just was like,
well, that's PRX.
He plays on PRX. No, not anymore.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, clean stuff here from PRX. Turning up the pace this round. And able to get their guns where they need to be. Devi catching the flash out from Russ. So now, damage going to need to be dealt here by GE. Get themselves back into this. Dizzy up and over once again. Lightning Fast going to keep himself hidden in market. No presence revealed. Olvi going to try to counter flash. Blaze King!
Blaze King coming up big, looking for the third. Can't quite make that happen. Mind Freak does manage to get himself out of there. Something going to be noted. Still playing forward there by the 0 point. Overall, very solid opening to the round. 2 kills for Blaze King. And now the heal forced out of Devi onto Mind Freak just to get him back up to 100.
Yeah, nice set piece there. One of those traps that teams love to run. Throw some flashes, throw a Dizzy in there, and then set up your Omen to do some damage. Of course, no duelist, but the Omen will do. A lot of former duelists now playing the Omen, so still a powerful agent in anybody's hands. I do see a lurk here from Mind Freak. I'm curious if he's going to be able to do some damage. Yep, there it goes.
Olvi does get taken down. Solid opener. Don't have to worry about that Gecko util now. Back end of this fight. Something. Able to find one. Thrash at the ready. Sends it. Knows exactly where he's at. And that's going to be the detain. Oh, the only question left is what does he do? Well, it's just going to be a swift knife into the chest, and twisted is something. Will get PRX a bonus conversion.
I mean, this is when PRX gets really scary on this map, is when they can start funneling these thrashes into something really quickly. It's definitely part of their game plan, where they want to get those ults rolling. They are very cognizant of the ult orbs. Something some teams have been able to identify and deal with, and you know, maybe saw it at the beginning of this round, but still. Just a wry little smile and a laugh from something.
No love lost between the 2 players, but also no mercy shown by something. Slow orb off the rip. It's going to be the take there, trying to get the ult orb ready to go. Smoke comes down. Looks like PRX. Very much like DFM, wanting to just keep going to the B side, but there's no Cypher on the opposite side, so they don't have to worry about getting gummed up as they go on the entry here.
Yeah, and look at this. They're planting for the corner to avoid these nanos and some of the utility. Still have to get it down. The wingman was stopped. Comes the showstopper.
Up and over the top of flash timing. Pretty good. Jing slowed up there for a moment, but Devi still able to find Benkai. Spotted out Russ. Lightning Fast playing forward. Does find the opposing Sage in the end. Finds himself a second kill. Forsaken does fall, but Jing comes up with 2. Something gets Lightning Fast, and we'll be able to get Blaze King on the back end. 4-0 now, PRX. Looking strong and still retaining 3 weapons.
I mean, I was seeing that the fans wanted the 13-0 in the last sunset. Please don't tell me we're on our way to one. Devi, Lightning Fast so good on this Sage. Usually on Icebox, of course, we've seen it quite often, but you know, like,
let's go.
Like Spin was saying in our interview with him the other day that, you know, when they can get Lightning Fast to just not think, to just react, to just let the game come to him, is when he's at his best. So I like the change up here from GE, putting Lightning Fast on that agent, already seeing a little bit of value out of it, where he can just kind of focus on fragging out, throw a few slow orbs here and there, maybe a wall, but already timeout has to come through, as PRX is seemingly able to recover from a poor outing previously, and right back into jinging something, running at you and gunning at you. And that's a tough ask for anybody to go against. Every team in the world that's faced them has had to deal with it.
I mean, like you said, Lightning Fast, try to just get into a flow state. You don't have to think about the game too much, but
Caution here.
if the name of the game is turn your brains off and just frag, It's a tough ask to try to outdo PRX.
They are the best at it.
As far as just brain off play.
They are the best at it. Devi has his res already. One away from it is lightning fast though as well, so to counter as Jing just going in quick. He's got the spot. Oh my god.
Thought that he was in the opposite side, thought that maybe he can get tucked, but just wasn't deep enough. Just completely and utterly flashed to oblivion. Devi will be able to find Russ. There's double stack up here behind the box. Just going to be a very swift cleanup here. As widely, you know, we expect that timeout call is going to be for this next round coming through. All same though, flawless. See a little bit more impact. A couple kills coming through there for GE to at least try to get the rest of these ults online.
Oh, and this is when PRX starts to get scary, is when they're able to just run at you with their utility. Jing's able to blast pack on the back of those flashes, start running you down. Of course, it is a weaker buy, so not a lot to be taken out of, but we've seen a couple rounds in a row now. The pace has been turned up, so Polvi going to be able to get into his operator on the get-go. See if he can get some value out of it here early. PRX in that dizzy, smoke up as well. It's not going to catch anything.
Fault line across to try to slow up the approach here. Lightning Fast still gets in. He's able to get away with an elimination, so something is going to be brought back in here from the res and put a counter spread to try to stop them from peeking in. In the meantime, Blaze King noted, taken down over on this A side. Mind Freak to just open things up. Paranoia just in case, checks the corner. Nothing spotted thus far. For now, the A site absolutely wide open here for the side of PRX.
They're going to try to contest this as best as they can. He's getting out ahead of it, and something just takes him down.
Finding the elimination. Russ able to find one, looks for a little bit more, but now it's going to be detained as that Thrash built back up. Something getting that one online very rapidly. Spike now ticking away. Smoke about to dissipate. A big attempt there, so they can get a little bit of damage, but still finds Lightning Fast in the end. And now, once again, he's all down to Benkai. Worry about a flank.
Is the lockdown?
Doesn't have it, but it would be a pretty bold investment. Knows where they both are, but now he's down to 6 HP, and as he swings out, will just get finished off. 6-0, PRX carrying on. And something says, ooh, an op.
Yes, please. We'll take that any day of the week. And yeah, Mind Freak been so impactful this year for PRX. Having tremendous performances, winning those battles against a really tough opponent in Blaze King. That 1v1 so crucial there for PRX to open up the angle for the rotate. Very nicely done. But now you have every ult, literally every ult for GE. It has to be here, it has to be this round.
But you also don't want to have to use all of them just to be able to get on the board.
That's true.
It's okay, Mind Freak does get spotted, but ooh, that is some Kobe beef right there. Jing able to find the headshot on the Polvi, and the spiral continues.
Oh boy. I mean, what do? You're just not on point with your shots. You're going to lose those battles. It's not great. Russ is going to get noted by the dizzy. And over to A we go. Relatively free. Russ is there. Does have a null command, but I mean, again, you're already down 3-5. Are you going to invest in ult here, or are you going to try to risk it? You almost feel like you have to.
I think if you find any kind of pick, then sure, but at this point, not having any eliminations.
And look at Devi there, being aware of the
save.
potential res. Yeah, they have to save. Devi making sure that the player that fell in mid couldn't be rezzed, so good awareness from PRX today. They look like a completely different team today. This is the PRX we're used to seeing.
Yeah. Right now it's just a David and Goliath battle, but David forgot his sling. PRX, they want to crush them. They are on the hunt. Inching their way forward, trying to see if they can take any of these weapons out of their hands. In. Russ will be able to find one. Jing poking and prodding, takes him down to 66. It looks like they will be able to stand their ground. Some kills, some credits here on the back end. But no ults gained, because obviously still have them all.
Yeah, I mean,
it's now 7-0.
So many ult points just thrown into the nether. Now you have Jing with a showstopper again. Forsaken one away from a rolling thunder. With how proactive PRX is about getting these ult orbs, not a lot as GE, especially without a duelist to gain space that you can do necessarily about challenging these ult orbs, other than the A1, you know, using those flashes, using the paranoias to try to contest that space. But, you know, this one should be relatively free. Gonna let something lead the charge with his op. Looking for a player out of position, but so far, Benkai, lightning fast, tucked in nicely. Not revealing their presence. Just waiting with Util.
Goombot slowed up, but ultimately it's the orb that PRX want the most. Grab that and they start backing away.
Yep, I mean, they're so smart today. Mind Freak, though, gonna lose that one to
Okay.
Polvi. Nice one tap.
Very crispy shot. Rolling Thunder, though, coming through. Mosh going to be invested as well. Quick exit around the back is Showstopper chasing into Market. Sends it, and Forsaken is able to take down Lightning fast at the same time. Rocket didn't find any damage, but now Paint Shells to try to disrupt. But Jing probably wishing that he had held on to that for a little bit longer, because now they don't have anything to really clear out that lockdown. So they will have to respect this and back away a bit. Chase coming through, something. Double detain? No, gets out. If Russ, if you hit that shot,
I would lose my mind.
Welcome to Optic, you're on the team. Wingman now going for the defuse. Paranoia trying to disrupt this one. Interrupt on the defuse, but now taking over as they will just be able to hold this one all the way up. This round getting away from PRX a bit as Global will finally get themselves on the board, and only at the cost of lightning fast.
Yeah, really nice stuff here. Not taking too much damage. I mean, the Showstopper did open up the angle for Forsaken, but other than that, it's just slow, cautious play. Finally, somebody's able to stop Mind Freak on those duels. That's huge. And then Little Bro starts the defuse. Made it pretty easy there with the follow-up. Just able to keep that Odin in check. Did enough damage to divide that he had to pull off the angle. Good patience from GE. Thank God. We're going to make this at least a little bit closer. Still, though, you have something there with that op. Yep, Benkai wise to it.
Backing away, Faultline does get the catch, but stuck in behind the corner, and Slow Orb will just go ahead and further keep PRX at a bit of a pause. Oh, flash out, yep. Forsaken able to find one. Russ and Lightning Fast, though, great return fire. Lightning Fast able to get that second elimination. The res now coming through, but something finding the off shot, swaps over to the Sheriff, gets the headshot in. Benkai taken down. Jiggle peek to see if he can spot more, and Blaze King this time.
Enemy remaining.
Johnny on the spot, gets the headshot to take him down. Now it's all on Mind Freak. TP's over to the side, catches him off guard. Here's it, knows that, just that Guardian on the opposite side, but Phantom now picked up. Polvi having to poke and prod. See what he can get. Mind Freak just continues to swing out. And something about him sat over at B main. These clutches continue to come to fruition. 8-1, PRX maintaining control.
He's so brilliant in that position. He understands the timing, the angle so well. Knows his opponent has a Guardian, so he's able to kind of time his move there. Something with just a brilliant idea. The wall got broken open. He hits the op shot, knows that the res had just come through. Can just swing in with the Sheriff and get the headshot. So smart. Polvi is going to go for an op. No armor. The glass cannon. PRX not going to have an op for this round, but doesn't feel like they need it. Oh, Blaze King.
Blaze King gets away from that one. Unscathed. Takes down Jing.
Right there.
Solid counter actions. Polvi good with the op shot this time around. The dynamic duo now taken away. Global in a very good position to try to find a second round win.
Trying to spread the map a little bit. Mind Freak, don't want to smoke out. Just checking market. Device swinging over to help. Something going to sit here with the spike and remain. Let's see if this is some kind of diversion attempt by Mind Freak and Devi to pull the forces away. With that Dizzy up and over, still keeps a few members of GE over on this side, and they can afford to just wait this out. Have the numbers advantage. Don't give anything up for free. That's definitely a big part of the game right now. Devi either knows or heard that alarm bot. Yep, heard it.
Something has Thrash again.
Yeah. He gets a lot of them on this map sometimes.
30 seconds
Swarm
left.
sent. TP forward here from Mindfreak to take some space on the site. Spike now brought in.
Monster on the loose.
Thrasher checking. Oh, gets cleared out just in time to stop Benkai. But oh, the wall off. Try to lock Mindfreak in here. Swings out. It's going to be good for one. Sorry, Devi. I'm getting baited by the camera on the bottom. Causing some confusion for me. Apologies. Anyway, Devi alive. Something as well. Pop flash swinging to the site here as something. Just 2 1-taps. Russ and Benkai take it down.
Whoa.
Something with a third swings out, but just can't quite get that fourth. Blaze King will be able to keep them in this round. Get that win online. For the rest of GE, it's still just destruction. It's not clean, and it's not banking up cash.
Did get the op as well. So able to recover the power weapon for Polvi. Nicely done by GE. Again, stymieing Jing. Oh, Jing just a little bit ahead of that Dizzy. Makes it easy enough for Blaze King to line up the angle.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Oh, got the dink right out the walk. That's crazy.
It's narrow margins, but got it done. Op still in hand. Obviously was recovered. Polvi now checking, sends out that shot. No connection though. Something. Still pushing forward. And I mean, because of what the 4K that he got.
Yeah.
It's just 2 more charges for a Thrash.
Yeah. He's
just used it in the last round.
Yeah, he's 14-3 total right now. He's having an absolutely bonkers map, and now Blaze King under pressure again.
TP heard, noted. Blaze King still winning out here versus Jing. Has the next teleport ready to go. Get caught here in that mosh. As spots out something, but something still able to win out the fight. Down to 11, but the heals come across. Devi get him top back up as Mindfreak will find Russ. The site now open. And there it is again. The monster that's going to be haunting GE's dreams at the end of the night if they can't turn this one around. From here, how do you try to play this one out? Spot, the kill, lightning fast, dead. The call now to save has to be made. They'll back away. PRX getting themselves now up to 9.
Yeah, just tremendous follow-up from PRX. Jing again, not able to get the better of Blaze King. But Blaze King gets stuck there, the mosh into the wingman combo. Try to smoke himself off, but just too good as something right now. This is one of the better performances we've seen from him this year. He's had some good ones for sure, but he is really on one today. Making it so difficult. You know, getting those thrashes consistently cycled makes those retakes so difficult. And just not really able to get much comfort at all. Mindfreak, even though he gets dizzied, still able to re-steady the aim and get Russ. Devi gets up on a wall and this time finds value out of it. And it's what makes PRX so difficult, is they're so unpredictable.
Right there.
They're not afraid of much. They're going to show you a bunch of different looks, a bunch of different angles. You know, that wall, very different than the one we saw earlier where Devi put himself up by the site. And it's so hard, especially the first time that you go up against them. And this is GE's first time this year. And not going to find the shot. The jiggle peek. Good for PRX to get a little bit of info. 3-man stack at the A main door for GE. Going to send a one-way and at least consider it, but no contact. Ends them packing in a lightning fast.
I mean, the Dizzy's over the top. He's able to clear that out, but still flash connecting. Ball coming through, but something. I mean, he knows. He sees everything. He knows exactly where you are and what you're trying to do. He gives you no recourse. As Jing swinging out, finding one, sensing it. Catches Blaze King. Paint shells in. Russ now dead. Jing absolutely on one. And it's like last round of the half. No sense in saving, but Polvi, he has something a little bit more to work with. Cancel on that ult, so can't even try to find the relatively free kill onto Mindfreak. Spots one, Forsaken tags him down to 43. Dizzy bouncing in, shorty shot sent, tries to get the knife across. Oh my god, it's just absolute chaos. As it's a flaw.
Yeah, I love Devi. I mean, the way he embraces his inner boomer. Very much appreciate it. Uncle Aim doing a great job here. 11, 6, and 7 on that Sage.
Uncle Aim is pretty good.
He's pretty good. Always been one of my favorite players to watch on PRX. He's so good at setting up his teammates. You know, usually think of him as a Sky player, one of those tremendous initiators that makes the lives of Jing and something that much easier. But now in the Sage, just creating some opportunities for himself, and looks like we're going to have him on his own. Gets caught by the 0 point, but just going to backpedal and wait for reinforcements. And see GE trying to cut sound, trying to obscure us a little bit, but all of PRX is on the way.
See over the top, slow orb comes in, gets split up, and they will be able to find the kill here as Devi goes down, but now Mindfreak arriving, does get the punish on the lightning fast, but Colby collects 2. Shock built up as Forsaken, able to find the headshot moments before that paranoia comes through. After Shock, towards elbow, pushes them back for the moment. As Polvi tries to hold the line here, it's the dink across. He ends something both dangerously low. HP bars worse here for the side of PRX. Blaze King able to readjust to get the catch here on a Forsaken. Jing now pushing in. Blaze King shuts that down. Colby will find a third. Try to fast track his own Thrash builds as Global also get 3.
Yeah, great idea here with the Sage Wall to cut off that defender side angle a bit for themselves, and then Blaze King with a great lurk over in towards A main. Works a treat there, expecting that somebody from PRX is going to try to create an off angle. This wall just causing so many problems. Best part about Sage is pistol rounds. You can get a good wall up. It's so much harder for your opponents. It certainly does. Polvi working that angle so well. Now a little bit of pace to this one is yeah.
That feels bad.
Yeah, they chose poorly, but that's okay. It's the eco. They have some sheriffs though. I mean, you never know. It is PRX. Replant, much to speak of, and PRX now gonna be coming all the way through. Alarm bot though, gonna be there to check it, and then a turret as well to follow up for Benkai. So he could be a real nuisance here along with Blaze King.
Alarm bot feeling a position of at least one. Fault line through. Blaze King just hopping out as now it's just a clear out on the turret. Devi, crisp shot. Tanks out lightning fast. Off the rip, opens up for the rest of the team to try to push forward, but Russ able to find back-to-backs, maybe even a third. String for now, just tucked away within the smoke. Devi thinking about sending out the wall. Opts not to, it is rather costly, and he will just get taken down. Push out, Blaze King able to find the final 2. Quick TP across and gets himself out of the blast radius. Global not losing out here on the anti-eco, they move up to 4.
Now they got a Thrash as well. Polvi doing what something did on the other side, getting that Thrash available very early here in their bonus. Gonna have a couple rifles as well. Bulldogs So investing into this round, trying to get themselves ever so much closer to PRX. Snappy shots from Russ. That Bulldog, Blaze King there to just lock it down. See if they can get something brewing here. Get this bonus.
Oh yeah!
Absolutely, they can be right back in it.
Oh, for sure. Thrash is available. This game playing forward, just eating that fault line, wanting to be in position to get a punish if that Thrash comes up with any value. Flash through, double swing in, full blind across. Paint shells now to further delay. Lightning Fast just gets tucked up into the corner. Keeps himself safe, follow-up damage not really found. Flash connecting onto one. Lightning Fast does end up getting picked off. Jing now finding Polvi.
Spike down A.
Mild back and forth here, but one that PRX are very much coming away from. Looking positive here. Benkai ready to try to intercept, but they're just so wise to it.
Man, oh man, Devi.
Walls him off, goes for the jump peek over the top.
Just so smart. That makes the map a little bit easier for you. Less to worry about for Russ, jeez.
Very solid, just dry swing. Comes around the corner, is able to find Jing, gives him a fighting chance here. Creep up around the right-hand side. Weapons can be recoverable to try to upgrade that Spectre for Benkai.
30 seconds left.
Most of PRX is watching the other angle. Mindfreak going to be having to do the heavy lifting here.
Swing in. It's a shot. Right on the side, 0 point now coming through. Is Devi able to find one, and that's going to be the cleanup from something. The bonus conversion not going to be found. PRX put their foot down here.
This is just really good stuff from PRX. Never over-aggressing onto this angle. You know, waiting for all of GE to kind of get stuck in this corner. And able to set up a nice crossfire with Jing and Forsaken. The dynamic duo at it once again. Devi with a brilliant wall, brilliant read. Because then if they're going to have to cut through there, it's going to give a lot of information over. It really makes your life a lot simpler for PRX. But so re-aggress towards A. Shut down well. Bunch of util here. Exchanged on both sides.
He can be taken. No forward presence here from PRX, so slowing things up and ushering them away. Mindfreak in the meantime, very deep position.
Yeah, he loves to.
Main. Benkai.
Yeah, he loves to do this.
Yeah, suspicious about it.
Should be in your mind.
Push.
See this from time to time. Oh no. Oh, no.
Here's the footsteps. Devi drawing their attention towards the site itself. Paranoia now, ready to be sent. Backpedal from Polvi. He gets himself out to safety. 3 players lost in the mix there. Even the damage done on Devi. Pop the heal a little bit back. Still fairly low, but now, realistically, where do you try to go? Both players just sat here in mid.
And trying to create an angle here. Jing just going to sneak into that corner, and he gets the jump on Blaze King.
Finds it now, knows that Polvi is right here, and he's just being hounded from every single angle. Takes a fight up top mid, finds one, can't snap on the Jing fast enough though. Will put him down, forsaking the only casualty in the round, and PRX now get themselves up to map point.
And now with the showstopper as well, you're going to have to be just as cautious. And no duelist for the side of GE means they have to be so methodical with any push they make. So it's going to require utility. It's going to require giving over information to PRX to make some moves. Hard to be explosive on the back of it. Hard to deal with things when you're not checking that back angle on B main. You know, that's, you see that all the time. Forsaken Mindfreak. Love to hang out in that corner. And just kind of slip the minds of GE. They pay the price.
Our air sight as Alex smiles in the coach booth. And it's been pretty just breezy here for him.
Saving on our desk budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No need to intervene thus far. But for Global, it's a monumental task, one that seems pretty much impossible. But if you've got the timeout, you may as well send it. Don't want to be like Termy last year.
But look at where they're at now.
It's fair.
Yeah. I mean, definitely sent a few fans into a tizzy. Did Termy's lack of timeouts. But you never know. GE may be able to string a few together, get a little momentum going into Icebox, going into their map pick. Still, again, just checking for anything. Something just looking there with Forsaken, but
Gotta
a
be
mid
careful.
push,
If they make any noise, that showstopper could just come through. All going to be sent. Forsaken, I mean, still swinging out. Gets tagged low. Jing, in the meantime, finds Russ. Now they're kind of locked into this position. They have to push forward into A. They don't necessarily know that it's only something waiting for them on this site. The rest of the team making their way across. We'll just go for the attacker's approach towards main in all likelihood. The alarm bot is also there to alert. Oh, something distracted by the wingman. Lightning fast, able to find the headshot. 3v4 to try to finish the map right here and now. Otherwise, Global going to be hanging in there. Showstopper sent. Is he getting the connection? Rocket sent in back. Benkai still going to get caught by this one. Homie, he's unable to get on top of him. Divine now counter swings back across. Finds the kill here onto the Gecko, and suddenly it's all on Blaze King. Low HP on Jing. The wall coming up. They're both riding it, and he cannot get the adjustment. Jing with 3 will get the defuse and get the map win for PRX.
They're right back. Feels like they never left. A great change up in the comp. Works a treat. The Sage walls give just that little extra edge for PRX. Don't mind what GE was thinking in some ways, but that lack of duelist, that lack of ability to push space, to punish some of your util catches and things like that, it ended up costing. Then, of course, it's just PRX. They're damn good.
PRX doing PRX things, but now we've got Icebox on the horizon for Global to see if they can hang in the series. But for now, we'll pass it back over to the analyst desk.
PRX doing PRX things, and we saw not one, but 2 of the very first knife kills in Stage 1 here in Pacific. Oh man, they were out to have some fun, and yes, they completely changed their comp. They hardly use Breach. Very interesting that they pulled that in. Not surprising that they put Divide back on the stage, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is very much probably a decision to put the Sage in first, I want to say, just because of the success saves they've found with that. Also, the lack of the Sentinel really used to play them. Obviously, Sage a little bit different in the traditional Sentinel role. But then also the Breach now able to do a lot more setup from long range. You're able to do a lot more long-range support for mid, down A main, things like that. So overall, I like it. I like the comp change over from GE as well, right? Taking a page out of PRX's book, actually. Moving away from the double controller, though. But it does seem like it needs a little bit more time to cook in terms of the syncing of the utility and maybe over-investment sometimes just to take control of certain parts.
I like the cause and effect for that, the Breach specifically for Forsaken here. You talk about how it can help from long range, and what this kind of does on the composition for Global Esports, now that you don't have a duelist, it kind of slows them down even further. So there was very little, I think, chances for Global to really get into the site before PRX get there to try to kind of stop them because of how well, Forsaken and Divide have been using their utility to slow them down. And that's what we saw, how, again, kind of lost Global was in the sauce, trying to go in as aggressively as possible, but not really getting that satisfaction or that success that they were kind of hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, also, obviously, PRX, they lost to a Breach as well when they were playing against Team Secret. We saw the impact that NV continues to have on that agent on this map. So I think just taking something away from their opponents as well, really continuing to learn and evolve. But most importantly, obviously, for PRX, a lot more syncing, right, in terms of how they're double peeking, how they're peeking off of each other's util, also just individually looking a lot sharper. Meanwhile, on GE, we didn't see the same level of fire that we saw in their last game. And I would also say, again, how they peek around each of their utility, things like that, just seemed a little bit off, right? Maybe a couple misses from the flashes, things like that, where it's like, I don't mind the composition necessarily, but it's not entirely perfect in consistency.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Did it feel like PRX was playing not W gaming and they were playing a lot more trappy, just kind of, ratty around the corners, and because of that, Global was kind of expecting a more aggressive PRX. You saw how on the first pistol round, they were kind of just stacked triple on middle and saw nobody from PRX there, and they kind of felt a little bit lost in terms of the reads.
Sure, yeah, I mean, I think that absolutely has an effect, and I think it's smart of PRX to do that, right? If I had to pick one team out of their matchups coming into stage 1 that they should watch out for the W Gaming, it would be against GE, right? You know that this team is going to try to play clever around you. You know that they're going to try to ante you. So going for a bit of a change, also again with the comp as well, to really benefit that. I think it's a really good prep coming in from PRX.
Yeah, and it's definitely paid off. This is looking like the sunset that we saw earlier in the year from this team when Manya was still on the team. It looks like Jing is finally fully synced with them and performing the way we know Jing can perform.
I mean, listen, I think it's a little too early though, right? Even the casters are saying like, well, it feels like they never left, but that's the thing is that coming into stage 1, Jing surpassed all of our expectations and being a lot more in sync than we thought he would be in the first couple matches. And then they had a bit of trouble against Team Secret. Now, obviously, you mentioned it earlier, Asterai, head coach Frost from Talon mentioned that it's a bit of a matchup thing probably for Team Secret and PRX. Yes, historically, that's absolutely true. But, when another team challenges them again, is PRX also going to get shaken again? I mean, I think it's a little too early to say, have they fully been tested all the way to their limits?
Yeah, I will say, though, at least specifically on a single player here, something that was looking a little bit lost when they played Sunset against Team Secret, and that was our biggest frame of reference because we're back here on Sunset. He's been doing pretty good. I felt like he didn't play the op as much as I thought he was. He wasn't playing the Outlaw, when they won that pistol round against Global Esports, because it felt like they were just playing a lot more off of each other, using that SMG to full fruition, and so on and so forth, which, again, gave more, I think, options for PRX without having to put themselves on the line to get those options.
So it's going to be very interesting going into Icebox. They just switched up their comp for Sunset based on, their performance 2 days ago, and they're kind of famous for this, just switching up the comp. Icebox as well. Global is really damn good at Icebox, and there are teams already who've doubted them, picked Icebox thinking it'd be fine, we figured them out, and it turns out they didn't. PRX on the other hand, they had 1 win, 1 loss. Are they going to switch things up? Are they going to stick to the strat and just learn from their mistakes?
It's a good question. I was thinking about this watching the Sunset because I think there is a chance that they change the comp, right? Because possibly part of the reason they looked a little broken against Team Secret is the comp wasn't really suiting their comms, right? That could be a two-way street. So could they switch it? Sure. However, I would say that this composition has much less fundamental weaknesses compared to what we might have been seeing from their previous Sunset. So if they stick with it, again, no big surprise there either. I mean, they both have a Sage as well, so it's not going to be a huge difference. Obviously, the biggest thing is going to be the Gecko versus a KO. I mean, when it comes to single initiator, I'm not sure if I have a strong preference of one over the other.
I think for me, I go the other way. I think Gecko is pretty strong right now, so might as well. Again, because of so many post-plant traps, it's nice to have your wingman as the proverbial just punching bag for the other team. So
sure,
that's just kind of something to bring it out there. And we have seen, some teams really just pick it up. It's quite easy to do so.
I like how you kind of were apologetic about calling him a punching bag. You're like, oh, I feel bad about that. But it's true. But it's true, and that's exactly what Wingman is there for. He's your little homie. Now I got a question for you guys. It's time to rank up or de-rank. We're going to figure out how far we can rise or fall. Who is going to be the first player to have their ult online? So not using the ult, but the first ult online. And it's between Benkai or Divai here.
On Icebox.
On Icebox. So it's a very interesting pick. Look at, you're such a...
I know. I gotta...
Never gonna share your answers.
No.
He's like covering his answers.
Did I get this right? Okay.
All right, I hope you guys ready to reveal?
Yep.
3, 2, and I think it's gonna be Divai. Of course, Will. So why are you gonna de-rank today?
Because PRX, I believe, is starting on attack. And obviously, if it goes into an all-out brawl, sure, Divai is going to get a lot of kills. But in terms of ult orbs and plants, usually it's Forsaken kind of going in with the KO, things like that. Someone at least trying to get the plant first. While Benkai probably going to be holding in Kitchen and B, going to be a little bit safer, might pick up a couple cheeky kills here and there. Could still be available to go for the defuse, things like that. I'm just thinking,
How about you, sir?
the flow of the map.
I was just kind of thinking the opposite for Benkai here because he plays on a sentinel, and usually I kind of see him when he's on Icebox gets pushed back really far. The only way that he's going to be able to charge up his ulti is just by dying for the most part, you know, because it's going to be PRX flooding into the site. So that's kind of my thought process. Real short and simple.
I completely agree with that. That this is going to be one of two main circumstances. The other scenario I could see him getting his ult online first as a sentinel is if he's the last guy standing and he just happens to nail a whole bunch of them in once and gets an orb in the process. But right now,
I mean, this is you guys assuming that PRX is going to lead in the rounds. Like, you guys are talking as if they're getting the round wins.
Oh, hell yeah.
See, that's where you're wrong.
Oh,
See,
okay.
GE is going to get the defensive round wins, which gives Benkai more opportunities to go for things like the defuse.
Okay.
Simple as.
All right. Okay. I like
These silly people with their assumptions.
What's your rank again? Oh, okay. Silver.
I mean, it's not the lowest.
Don't look, Tactiver.
I mean, it's also the same as the
Close
viewers.
your
So I
eyes.
don't know what you're calling the viewers here. No, I'm just saying.
It's about to be. You're going to
Just
like
saying.
this with the viewers.
Well, yeah, we are going to split. That's for sure.
No, that's what I mean. I knew the viewers would rise. You know, they would
Yeah,
follow along no matter what, because they also picked the same as us.
Heck yeah.
And now we're gonna find out if these teams have been cooking even more on Icebox. Global doesn't have a lot they need to fix
Yeah,
on
no,
Icebox.
Global should not be cooking, I would think, and PRX won't be either. Okay, I mean, no big surprise here. You know, I think, again, fundamentally, this comp is pretty well suited for PRX. The Sage works out well. If you're not playing the Sage, especially for Jing, I mean, what else are you really going to play here? Maybe the Reyna. I mean, the Raze, I don't mind it. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're not really testing that, at least not in official matches. So for now, we'll stick with the singular Jet.
I will say, though, Sage, super good. Not just because of the wall, but rather what the wall gives you in terms of verticality. We've seen so many teams just lose to the other team just because they couldn't really reach top of 410, top of rafters, those kind of situations. So this is really good for both teams.
Oh yeah, I would have actually preferred our guessing game question to be between the two Sages, to be honest. All right, let's go into our second map of this series of Terracasters, Kilios and Paper Thin.
All righty, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and dive in. See if Global will be able to make this yet another 3-map series.
Yeah, it definitely can. This is a map that PRX has been struggling on a bit, especially against Team Secret on this attacker side, only able to get 4 rounds total, and 2 of those were the pistol and the eco. So, you know, for PRX here, looking to have a cleaner attacker's half. Certainly with Jing feeling a little bit more comfortable today, it seems like so far. Might be in their favor a little bit more, but GE's been really, really strong on this map. Definitely could be a weakness that they can exploit in Polvi and his partner Lightning Fast already going on an exploration down tube. There is the turret to check behind. Devi looking to play off of that contact potentially, but nothing found in mid for GE, so it's just a scooch back over towards the A site and potentially going to play a little bit of retake here. We'll see.
Clear out on that 0 point. Shots across just to try to break down this Sage wall.
Spike planted.
So up close and personal.
There, it's Forsaken going to be taken down.
Oh!
Polvi with a great shot, able to find a second now as Devi does get taken out.
Standing.
It's all on something with just the classic in hand versus 4. They'll swing in, and GE they will now take the lead as far as pistols are concerned and start things off with a nice round win.
Yeah, love the idea on the Flood retake. This has been the MO of a lot of the good teams on Icebox this year across all the regions, where they're going to wait for you to plant on this A site, and then they're going to hit you right away before you can really get comfortable. Although it looked like to me PRX was relatively ready for it. Just some banger shots from Polvi and company that just break things open. Let's see here, Jing a little bit uncomfortable off that nano. Russ, Polvi, the 1-2 combo. Very nicely done. Able to really isolate those fights nicely. Some good micro movement. There you go, Outlaw for Polvi. We have seen some stellar plays on these anti-eco rounds with that.
Oh, I mean, the man has an incredible play. I think it was either an ace or at least a 4K with the Outlaw on this map playing defender side.
Yep, got up on top of tube and did some damage.
Waiting for it. There it is.
There it is.
Devi taken down. I believe that's the Sheriff now on the floor here for PRX. As Blaze King's backpedaling, the dash forward, heal comes in. Something will be able to collect the kill.
Oh no.
A little bit of healing coming through as Benkai trying to fish for that kill. Can't quite find it. Something managing to stay alive. Plant now in. Well, up. PRX, can they somehow hold this one? Nano Swarm to try to force them back off the corner.
Mosh pit.
Mosh goes towards back yellow. Forsaken just rotates in. He's behind the box. Something trying to push forward, trying to take some space. Forsaken trying to take the gun. Ends up falling. Mind Freak will be good for one. Looks for a little bit more, but can't quite get it done. Polvi with 3 kills now here in the round. The fuse will come through. It's going to be a 2-0 start, and overall, not too bad of an anti-eco here for the side of GE, only losing out on 2 players.
Yeah. See those angles either from pipes or from 410 for Polvi. Really devastating with that outlaw. So difficult to deal with. To Divide just walking through and it's cut down. Something gets a little overeager through this Sage wall. Maybe seeing if he could find a timing where he could catch him off guard, but didn't fool GE in the slightest. Dude, what? That's unfair. I want to slide.
Place actually look cool as hell.
Can you imagine if we had a slide to get back down to the makeup room?
Oh, that would be excellent.
Make our lives so much easier. It's an outlaw for something as well.
Oh,
Polvi.
I mean, again, just coming up with the goods there. Forsaken taken down. Got double Sages in play, so Lightning Fast can just heal him back up. Knives now pulled out, but the dash expired, but something just not checking the side. Just go ahead, dump all the knives, but I mean, already significant damage dealt. 2 kills, Russ going to be unscouted here, top screen. Fast does go down in the fight, lurked forward there against the wall, does find the punish. Jump in, and Polvi finds 3. Jing eliminated, dashes right back out to safety. Can he do it again?
He's been just so good with that weapon on this map. Understands the angles and the timings. Has great control of the recoil. Gun kicks pretty hard. He's got such good feel.
Oh my God. Can he do it again? 4K locked in. I mean, this bonus is converted, I think. Unless Divide does something absolutely crazy.
There's no util to work with.
Or he's coming through. Won't be the ace, but it will be the finisher there. Coup de grace from Blaze King to put him down. As GE will convert this bonus and have a 3-0 lead.
So good from Polvi. Catches him very off guard in a couple different aspects. And then Mind Freak not really aware that that barrel would stick out enough at that angle. Again, finds one of those tight angles. And then drops down, doesn't move. Something just never ready for it. Hits him in the hand. And then the high-low off the rope. Gonna get Blaze King that final kill. Polvi now as an operator as well. So let's see if he can continue to make their lives miserable. Stingers, Sheriff, 1 Vandal for something. The hero rifle gonna be in the duelist's hands. Look at that, he's just going fishing.
Yeah, just trying to see what he can get.
Thought Divide was our fisherman.
He's fishing for an ult, and Grand, I think it's actually very funny for William's sake. Or at his at cost.
Guy is that dude basically nothing.
Benkai, he's just 0-0-0. He just basically hasn't been involved. Flash is going to be dumped there. Oh my God, looking for the drop down, but it's going to be Lightning Fast and back. Sight finds 2. Jing will be able to clean up another one. Okay, just swinging across the rope like Tarzan. It's the clean up there. Weapon recovered from Mind Freak. Potential for them to turn the tides of this round. There's the dash around. Mind Freak snappy with it. Does manage to find that further elimination, but Benkai will get himself on the board. Will get an extra ult charge, and the op will be recovered as GE move up to 4.
Divide now 2 away from that lockdown. Both Sages have their res. So even if you maybe lose a player early to Polvi's operator, potential there to get that back. Just lightning fast, just holding it down behind that box. So many times seen it be difficult to clear players behind that box. Lightning fast works a treat. Toxic screen setting up towards B, but the spike hasn't been picked up just yet, so for now, PRX just exploring territory, seeing what's going on. Something taking a fair amount of damage, though, down to 63 health. Can get healed up a bit.
Yeah, he'll go to push him back to 100. They also have the res online from Jing. Jing peeking out. Not quite going to be able to find that punish here. Taking assessing, as now they're going to work their way over towards A. It is only lightning fast here for the moment. Benkai not too far off.
Looks like this one should be a little bit easier. Gonna put the slow orb up at lightning fast angle, trying to spam through, knowing that it's likely the high plant, getting a lot of damage in a Forsaken.
That they do. Heal's still on cooldown, not certain for how much longer here. For now, sight very much in the hands of PRX. 0 point to further slow them up. So tailwind about to expire. Is he? Oh, a bit of a botch there. Drop down off the top. Lightning fast does fall, but Russ quick to trade it out. 4v4 up time working against them. Jing up over the top, finds one. The dash in the back sight. Now Polvi and Russ both just completely stranded. They will get picked off as PRX get themselves on the board here in round number 5.
Yeah, and I love the way Mindfreak is playing the flank angle here for PRX. You don't get to see it on the camera, but he was doing a great job kind of maneuvering himself around the edges, making it really challenging for Blaze King to get in. Got the kill on him fairly easily, it looked like. But a good hold. Good cover fire for each other there for PRX. And that's kind of what they're going to need. Divide, though, no wall torbs that round. Just saying.
Still has a considerable lead.
Yeah, just a bit.
It's only 2 away.
Ooh.
Jiggle there, something. Attack op in play. Tagged up again, but not nearly as much as last time, as Benkai now thinking about going on a bit of a walkabout through tube.
Mindfreak's ready.
Open a random spray there. There's the swing in. Mindfreak wins out on the fight. Was taking an immense amount of damage and ends up getting punished as Polvi now trying to play anti-flash. Almost tries to go for that unscoped shot, trying to get that no-scope rather. As Rez comes through, Benkai back into the mix. Polvi scoping through. Ends up getting Jing. Something takes down Blaze King though. Getting the repunish, the back and forth.
Spike planted.
Dizzy goes up over the top and Russ can just play in behind the wall, maybe even just send the thrash. Now, it's going to be the wingman first and foremost. Finds a shot, gets taken down. Swing in, shot wide, something unable to find it. There's one above him, but doesn't even really matter too much. Divine now just going to be sat back, holding on to his weapon, it would seem. As that is going to be Global Esports not allowing for PRX to tie 2 rounds together. They get themselves now up to 5.
Yeah, these retakes are so good for Global Esports. They're so well coordinated. Polvi so ready for that wide swing from Jing. Takes him down early. Just, you know, PRX just gets so ambitious sometimes. And Jing, you know, felt like he probably could get the drop on him, and he almost did.
Yep.
But Mindfreak, again, good in the lurks, but the response was there this time from the side of GE. Yeah, PRX here. Gonna be popping a timeout, and maybe not so much with the smiles right now for Alex. After a very clean sunset, things not looking so good to start on Icebox.
Yeah, I mean, already beating the score of the previous map was that 13-4 closeout by PRX, so I think if that tells us anything, it's that Global Esports are officially better than NRG.
Yeah, I just love how you take every opportunity you can to dunk on the other regions, and I mean that. I love it. Keep doing it.
I mean, you gotta have banter.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, keep doing it.
Well, let's see if Global can keep doing it here, because so far it has been very, very good.
You got any C9 bangers in you after they got beat up by 100 Thieves?
Didn't bother to watch the game.
Yeah.
Got nothing to go off of.
Well, you didn't miss much. I keyed.
Well, nearly 5 ults ready to go here for PRX. Devi just 1 off of that charge.
Yeah, this should be kind of a must-win round here for PRX with all these ults available. You still have the Thrash for Russ. Could come into play. Nanos are spread out. There's the null command, just taken right out
You
the air.
are dead, as Forsaken going to be hitting the ground. Granted, is resable,
Oh
but
my.
now something picked off as well. Forsaken going to be brought back in here to the round. Jing finds lightning fast. Now, I mean, even if they wanted to, they could just go ahead and try to res something. Russ comes away with 2. Now it's just Benkai and Blaze King to try to save the day, but Benkai ends up getting picked off, and Blaze King now arriving. Here's the spike getting planted. Swing on the corners, able to isolate 1, but Forsaken brought back in, is able to find 3 kills in total in the round to get PRX their 2nd overall.
Yeah, it must be nice to have 2 extra lives in a round, because that actually is what it ends up being the difference maker there for PRX. Get the res on Forsaken off of his null command, and then you have Jing's res. Bye. Great shots, good cover. Russ got a nice 2-piece in there, but Forsaken ready for somebody up on the wall. Able to take him down. Now the counter timeout from GE. Kind of a fast one there. I mean, I thought GE didn't do too much wrong there. Just so many ults for PRX to work with. Maybe just planning for the lockdown that's going to come through for Devi.
Could be any number of things, honestly. Maybe, you know, a comms breakdown in the round, something that they want to make sure isn't going to end up getting expounded on.
For sure.
Or exacerbated, I should say.
Yeah, that's something that'll make coaches real angry real fast, is when their players aren't calming properly or enough. And that'll tilt most coaches. They want to get ahead of that for sure. That can really send a map askew. I mean, but
let's see if it works. I mean, it could. Again, it could be anything. It could be something very minor that they noticed that gave PRX the edge back in. Let's see how they fare, though, as we go into round number 8. Still 3 ults to work with here, and yep, Devi was able to get the lockdown available. Benkai still just halfway there, 1-3-1. Hasn't needed to be as involved in the success for GE so far.
No. Oh.
So, okay, Polvi finding 1, but then getting punished. Having just burned the res in the previous round, Mindfreak cannot be brought back into play. Then we forward, lightning fast. Watching forward, pulls back. Unbarrel maybe spotted there by something, and yeah, it seems like it almost certainly was.
Might lift himself up on top of 410. At least considered it.
Oh, the rope across coming through. There's now the wall. Looks to get tucked into the corner. And as they both just come swinging around, Lightning Pass will get taken down. Benkai with the off, able to find the shot as something will fall. He can slow it up. These nano swarms wreaking havoc on the A side. So for now, spike not planted. Devi in quite deep.
You should run.
Cuts back away across the opposite side, and that's going to be the lockdown now invested. No way to clear this one out. Mosh already committed. And we'll just have to respect this and pull back.
I still have the Thrash for this attempted retake, though. Do some pretty big damage. Here you go. Lead the way. At least get the info on their positioning. Spread out. Already weakened is Forsaken.
Thrash it, but no catch. Drop down. Oh, man. Mid-air shot. Devi able to find Blaze King. Russ trades it back.
Last player standing.
Benkai now, though, on its lonesome.
One enemy remaining.
And he will be able to take down 1, but he can't get both. His former brothers. Jing will be the last one standing here for PRX as they get themselves a 3rd round victory.
Yeah, Jing with some great senses in this round. Catches Russ sleeping a little bit.
Oh, that's how that happened.
Yeah. And then right there to bail out Forsaken. Instantly ready for that push at the end from Benkai. Really smart stuff from him in that round. Now starting to claw back into this are PRX.
Timeout not leading to the round victory here for them, but still some money to work with, but half shields for pretty much everybody. Polvi. Knives drawn, and oh, just not expecting the rush up there from something. Dashes across, couple shots exchanged, looks for the kill, can't quite find it. Lightning Fast will be able to get Jing, but then is taken out, traded out. Oh, there's Russ. I mean, it's just a bloody back and forth between the 2 squads, but on the PRX, looking a little bit better in. Have the man advantage now, the pit down on the site. Benkai spotted as Forsaken plays in that tiny little gap. Blaze King, I mean, granted, for a retake into a pit, the judge, not going to be the worst weapon to have in your hands, but I mean, just the thought of it right now seems nigh impossible for him.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to even feel comfortable enough to get a gun in there. You were trying to maybe grab one and leave for the save. Instead, gonna try the drop down, it looks like. Oh!
Lines one. Devi taking care of, but there's still snake bites in the mix here for Mindfreak. He's just gonna drop the pit. Blaze King swinging the corner. We'll take Forsaken down to 66, but cannot confirm the kill. PRX continue to claw it back now 3 rounds consecutively here for them. One away from tying it up.
Yeah, this is just a good read here by PRX. Get it quickly up on top of that belt. Cut off any hope of that Blade Storm doing much damage. Holding some good angles there. Smart to drop the pit. Don't let that judge do any more damage. Mindfreak, as always, on the ball. Now Benkai has his ult.
All right, Polvi didn't even use the knives. He still has that for this round.
Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, you're right. Thought he popped it. There he goes.
Up and over the top of tube is Blaze King about to collide with Mindfreak and takes him down. My judge does not do that.
No, mine doesn't either.
So one tap with at that distance.
My judge would have left him with about
99 HP.
Yeah.
You know, set up.
Ojing.
Devi on a really big lurk.
Look at Benkai. It's tucked right into the nest. Kind of reading that that's where they like to go.
Staying covered. He is going to be able to profit from it. Finds one, something. Now take it down, Polvi. Find that elimination, but as the flash comes through, Forsaken gets the headshot. Polvi gets eliminated. Problem is, Devi, he is not with him right now. Forsaken stuck here on the side, drops down, spots one. That's the kill coming through, but now Devi striking. Does manage to get rid of Blaze King. Lightning fast, however. Weapon recovered. So check and see if there's an orb available, and it is. He's got the res now. Just needs to try to find a target. Instead, oh, jiggles out. Spots him. Now he's going to be backing away. There's no corpses for him to try to play with.
30
here,
seconds
as
left.
he's just not going to be able to use that ult.
Try to play for time. Gonna set up the turret. Try to give himself the opportunity to plant.
Clear out on the turret. Devi sticks it at backside. He's thinking about swinging. It's spotted, but as that shot comes through, the challenge is there. And Devi is up to task. 5-5, PRX running this one back.
Oh, man. I mean, that lurk almost didn't quite work. Forsaken there, a little bit lost in the sauce. Trying to figure out where those opponents are. Dropped down and got cut down immediately. Fortunately for him, Devi had just gotten to the bridge. Was able to get that kill. And then lightning fast. Never able to get comfortable enough to find that res. Devi doing a good job recognizing the situation, knowing that he had to push him back. Set up the turret, get the plant. So smart is Devi.
Here.
And there's that angle again.
Something with a bit of a fake out over towards B, but given the forward lurk now from Blaze King, I think they're very confident that no one was pushing up there.
Here.
Wolfie does get noted by the 0 point. Watching it belt for the moment with the operator in hand. Tries to go for a snapshot, but it's instead going to be Russ who comes away with one, but now Forsaken and Jing one apiece. The res through. The man advantage very much in the hands of PRX. Wall comes up, lightning fast. Trying to stay tucked here in backside, but does get noted there.
Spike planted.
Spotted by something.
So aware is Mindfreak. These lurks from Blaze King.
Creeps up and lightning fast. I don't think just didn't quite recognize Forsaken's positioning there. It's Jing just chasing across, looking for the punish.
More of a retake setup. Other than Blaze King, who was playing a little bit close, but starting to feel the pressure. Oh, the KJ utility from Benkai already disappearing into the nether. He does have a lockdown. They do have a thrash. They have the ultimate advantage. Lightning fast with a res. It's just, are they going to be able to get into it?
Thrash from Russ just going to be scouting out around A. Nothing spotted. The call comes in here from Blaze King. Hearing the one above, Jing trying to steady that aim, but just absolutely cannot. Blaze King finds the headshot. Does take him down. Forsaken, though. Lurking forward. Tucked away here in the cubby. The run coming through. Benkai taken down. Blaze King with the challenge, however, is able to find that second kill. Lockdown, however, invested from Devi. Crashing back up, cleared out. Something trying to dash back in behind Yellow, but does get punished as Blaze King finds 3. It's finally brought to an end. The rush forward, trying to get rid of this lockdown. One player detained.
Toxins going up.
Time still ticking. Mind Freak with a third, swaps over to the Classic, pushing up into the smoke, gets the spot, gets the kill. Can he get the ace? He cannot. Benkai will find that elimination, get another one. Devi just giving it to him, because PRX know that they have the round. Win, we saw the instant call from Global. And then from there, it was 5 consecutive rounds for PRX. So 1 timeout apiece left for these teams.
And even with something struggling a little bit there on that attacker side, 5 and 12. Forsaken, Mind Freak, and Jing really stepping up to the plate, keeping this very much in PRX favor. Their defender side a little bit better than their attackers last time. See if they can continue to find success. Big pistol now. As turret's gonna go up there in towards Boiler, but it's set up for a deep push from GE. So Devi here expecting, you know, maybe a counter lurk eventually if they do get the plant, or just a full-on mid push towards A. But right now, GE is wary. Some kind of exit from tube. You got the turret set up for that. You got 3 players there, but here they go.
They're starting to creep their way up. Poison Orb there. Wall just going to be coming through. No ambiguity about it, but they're pushing into it. This 4-man stack is Forsaken, finding that first kill. Polvi, now Russ taken down. Another wall, a full flash, and Lightning Fast is absolutely screwed. Isolated, all on his lonesome and taken out. Blaze King unable to find the headshot. And Benkai's going, guys, what has happened?
That went very wrong.
Jing, oh, out the window. I think he actually hit him in midair while jumping out the window. I believe that was Jing's shot. Either way, a flawless in the pistol. PRX tying things up in that regard, but
this is
meta-wise, they're stretching their lead.
Yeah, this is an awesome setup here for PRX because there's a lot of fallback plans that they have. So that turret there can be used if there's a full-on mid-push or if there needs to be an A retake for some safety on your flank. And then you can set up 4 on the back of that because you have a lot of ability to maneuver around the backside of the map safely, knowing that some of your bases are covered. And GE just walks right into it. Love the planning on that pistol round for PRX. Really, really heady stuff.
0 on point just catches everybody. They know that this is going to be a rush. Flash coming through. A little bit of spray down. Snake bite to try to slow things up. For now, no big commitment here from Global.
Poison's off.
Trying to maybe sell a double pump, but not going to happen.
Pump the brakes. Devi does manage to find 2 there with that. Goes, ends up falling as Forsaken gets a collab, I suppose, onto Blaze King and Benkai there to finish things off.
Please show us. I want to see this. Oh, Divide.
Chris from Divide.
Oh!
As
Unfair. The Ghost Collat. When was the last time you saw one of those?
Here.
fairly rare occurrence.
Yeah. Something with an outlaw. A couple rifles for Mind
I mean, he
Freak and
had that
Divide.
last round. He just didn't get to use it.
Yeah, right.
Jing
Jing.
getting across. As there's the watch, and oh, okay, something. Not really respecting the Dizzy. Maybe thought that a teammate was going to be able to clear that one out. Either way, he ends up falling now. Forsaken gone. Jing now making his presence known. Sends up the wall. It's back across the opposite way to try to keep himself protected from these shots, but looks like it's only a matter of time before they find him. Maybe actually they're going to run out of bullets. Russell's only got 30 left.
And he drew so much attention that Divide was able to get a kill in there. That's so smart.
Yeah, I mean, Lightning Fast dead. Benkai, he's stuck at 10 HP.
And GE's left scratching their heads. And now look at this. They're going to make a push through middle. Trying to see if they can get her on the backside. Now, the turret is there for GE if that flank continues.
They have no ammo. Benkai's got 29. They're going to have to recover some weapons.
There's a couple on the ground. Just got to get there. Turret. Trying to give the information over. But it will be continued push towards A. Couple nanos as well on the site.
30 seconds left.
Divide to play with. Oh my god.
Going, but yeah, gets the cleanup on that. Wingman gets the headshot onto Rust. Divide just so damn clean. Jing does get taken down. Even though he's got plenty of ammo, Divide will not give him the time of day, won't give him the window of opportunity. Slams it right in his face. 10-5. And with the timer stuck, looks like Global are going to be calling their final timeout.
Yeah, that's 9 in a row now for PRX. Just so smart from Jing there. Keep himself just protected with his own wall. Divide takes full advantage of it. Man, Divide.
Nice.
Absolutely incredible.
I think I heard that all right.
Yeah.
Something's influencing the team.
Yeah,
It knows no bounds.
yeah. He brings a little a regional flavor with him.
Well, plenty to be said here in the GE camp. There's Alex. I mean, he looks like he's just asking, like, what do you guys want to do after
Yeah, what are you guys hungry for?
barbecue? Chicken? Just has not had to intervene here. This streak has just been, you know, from one half into the other. Like you said, 9 consecutive. It was a hot start for Global, but all the gas seemingly siphoned right out of the tank here by PRX.
Yeah, and this is just PRX at their most fearsome. When they're fast and they're furious and they're thinking on their feet and they're getting ahead of you mentally, that just is even worse. Because they're so damn good individually with their mechanics. And if they could start out-planning you, out-strategizing you, you know, they do it time and time again. A lot of people kind of get lost in their aggressive nature. Jing's going to take a push down too, but hiding around the corner was Blaze King, and instead it's just to clear the turret quick. A lot of util in the way here.
Shots across, Divide, sat here on site, is able to find Polvi, but Benkai takes him down. Ball now raised, very quickly dealt with as Blaze King going on this flank. Gets himself into a decent position, but still hears footsteps and gets the shot as something tries to cut across. Still found Forsaken, swinging out, instant headshot on the Rust, but Lightning Fast brings it back, and Blaze King finds his second. Jing now dead, Mind Freak. He'll get another one to continue to do some damage, but cannot clutch it out. Global will finally break the win streak, get themselves a 6th round win.
Yeah, huge win here. Nice lurk from Blaze King, finally able to find some value out of those positions. And just, you know, Polvi here just sending himself in to buy a little bit of space and time, get the positioning, cutting off the rotation, snappy shots from Blaze King. There you go. Somebody ride down that slide.
I'd love to see that.
That would be amazing. Oh, something.
I mean, he's in such a forward position here.
He does this so much.
Dizzy over the top, trying to exit. Does manage to make it out this time, just getting clipped in the ankle.
why not try it again? They'll never expect it, right?
Oh. I guess Russ, yeah, just not jiggling it wide enough to actually identify that something had moved back up.
Saw Divide there, though.
Yeah.
Could just spam through Nest here if they so choose. Oh my god.
Something with a quick flick. Finds Polvi. That's the spike now. Does get recovered. Jump there from Lightning Fast, able to find it. Mind Freak taken down to 17. Has to drop back as Ben-Kai. I'd love to open up this B site.
Oh, look at Jing and Divide. Already starting to cut underneath tube. Trying to get ahead of these rotations. 0 point there to check kitchen. Ben-Kai is going to dodge it, but let's see if he can do any more damage. Let's see if they check. Oh, they don't know. Huge play for Ben-Kai.
He'll find one, but there's a lot more that he has to do. Mind Freak, he'll back up the full, and he's not ready for the third player to come out of kitchen.
Spike planted.
Divide with a lockdown. Might just end up investing that one here, but first have to get on the approach, get a little bit closer. Blazeking finally able to stabilize that ADS. Finds the kill, is expecting something on that jump out, but just cannot get the punish. He ends up falling. Divide just stops in his tracks, instantly finds the headshot.
Divide's been insane. He is just so on point with his shots right now. He's just unstoppable, it feels like. Everything is a headshot. This is just a great re-aggress from something. This flick here, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love what Ben-Kai does. That's classic Ben-Kai. Find that ratty position. Players don't expect and get value out of it, but just still not able to convert our GE.
Placing swarm grenade.
So challenging to get through this PRX team, who's being very active on the map, very mobile. I really like what I'm seeing, especially from Divide and Jing. If they don't get contact early, they're happy to try to push in towards mid. Speaking of pushing.
Something added again, this time on the opposite side of the map. Let's see if he spots anything at all there in Garage. Continuing to inch forward, and Polvi, quick with a headshot, does manage to shut it down.
Maybe a bit too aggressive.
Well, they'll start to back away. Peek out over towards green. Nothing noted there for PRX. Now is just Divide here on the site.
Should be hearing those footsteps.
Yeah. Now going to be heard. Turret gets cleared out.
Nice slower.
Does he send through? Not spotting anybody there as the alarm bot will get cleared. Divide watching. Drives across. What is that headshot?
Whoa. Finds
Russ. Jing in the meantime. He on Lightning Fast. Cleanup is going to be there. Here on the side is Blazeking. Also catches Mind Freak. So it's now down to Forsaken. Fragment sent. Unable to get the interrupt there, so Spike still planted. Here's the rope, looks for the shot, swings out, is going to be able to find Polvi, but Blazeking with 3 will answer back around win for Global, now up to 7.
Able to work the map a little bit, catch something, trying to get aggressive again with the Zop. Take that out of the equation, shift over to the other side of the map. Some really nice slow orbs there from Jing at both entry points towards A on the opposite sides of 410. To slow things up, buy a little bit of time for Divide, but it's a full press from GE. Playing great there is Blazeking, leading the charge. Gets 3 for it.
Oh my god,
That's what I was saying, bro. It's a phenomenal round. Polvi with the blades.
Knives drawn out here. Something spotting that shoulder for a quick little moment. Crash. Chasing forward. Polvi looking to lead the way. Jing though top screens. Is this going to be expected? Outburst sent down from now. It's just Snake Bites into backside to try to flush somebody out, try to get some damage. Jing now presence noted. He's able to find Russ.
Oh, what a flash.
Flash across. Polvi not getting full blinded by that one. Does have the frenzy in hand as well as Ben-Kai's going to be able to collect 2. Forsaken down on the ground. He is going to be res-able if they can try to find their way over to him. With Mind Freak getting Polvi. They can just res him. They can bring him right back into the round. This one just getting away from Global. All starting with Jing boosted up on screens. Match point now. Here in the hands of PRX, Global need 5 consecutive.
And this is great patience from PRX. Right from the go, playing for a retake, boys. And it works a treat. Jing's so smart with his positioning. Devi is feeling unstoppable right now. I mean, what a map he's having. 19, 12, and 1. Doesn't need any help. He's just that damn good.
Not just the map, it's the series.
Yep.
Very consistent across the board. Clear it on the Dizzy. They know that somebody's going to be there in Nest, and that's when something strikes. Swinging around here on the ground floor. Finds one, looks for a little bit more. Can't quite line it up. Rez used, rush back into the fight as Jing walls it off, boots himself up, and swings back in to put him right back into the grave. Follow-up damage found. Heal has to be used. Now their own Rez brings something right back into the mix. That man advantage maintained here, ensured by PRX.
Devi has a lockdown to clear the potential pit. I mean, Benkai has one as well, but oh my god,
Swing
my
across, nearly snipes him out of the sky. Flash going through, Polby back yellow. Does manage to find one. Forsaken going to be taken down. Lockdown now invested. Devi just going to be respecting this, playing this one out patiently. Whereas something, no updrafts, so he can't try to peek up over top of the smokes. Back over to the knives, instant headshot, Benkai taken down. The dash forward, Polby swinging around the backhand side, but Mind Freak dropping down off the top rope, finds him, plays King, needs to do it again, but he cannot. Will only find the one elimination as he gets cleaned up. PRX seems like they are absolutely back. A blip, a glitch in this system. Perhaps that previous series as well, Secret playing out of their minds. But here today, they will be able to get themselves a 2-0 victory over Global.
And I'm just really impressed with the smarts here from PRX. Saw a lot of really good setups, a lot of really good calls, good reactions. Forsaken on point. You know, even though it's kind of a hive mind thing for PRX with their IGLing, but everybody really making great decisions. Mind Freaks with his lurks and counter lurks. Devi just absolutely on fire all day. Something looked great on Sunset. Had a few stellar moments on Icebox. I just Jing great all day.
Yeah.
What more do you want? This is PRX, people.
And it is. And with that victory here for PRX, it's worth congratulating Team Secret as well. Got their victory earlier with GE losing this series. They're now qualified for the playoffs.
Awesome.
Make their way through. So they can say thank you to the guys that they just crushed in their previous series as well. Today's my birthday. PRX win. Well, happy birthday to you, good sir. And congratulations on the birthday present. You got what you wanted. That's going to do it from us here, but we're going to pass this back over to the analyst to break down Icebox.
Thank you, Paperthin and Achilleos. PRX, paper wrecking back in full form, or normal PRX form, in a dominant 2-0 against Global Esports today.
Yeah, I mean, I think for PRX fans, it's good to see them back in form, right? I mean, the tempo and the way that they're playing the mid-rounding, all of it seems very fluid. The shots, for sure, are lining up for these players. Meanwhile, on the side of GE, I mean, the Icebox looked a lot better, right? It seemed like, you know, this is why it's a comfort pick for them. But the timeouts from Alex continue to plague some of their opponents. I mean, what was that, 9 rounds in a row, including both halves? That is ridiculous from PRX.
Yeah. Again, you know what? We've all talked about how strong the rock-solid defense is of Global Esports, but you know what beats rock? PRX, like you mentioned. So I'm just going to put it out there. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That's all the points that we have to talk about, because it really is. Aside from that, probably, Devi was just on fire. As you guys mentioned, I thought that, you know, Forsaken was doing pretty well, but Devi really held it together, especially in the later stages of the second map.
Yeah, I mean, on that defense, Devi really starting to fire off, showing just why he's sometimes some of the best anchoring that you can see. I mean, he, even back in the day, like, he would save PRX from a lot of these rounds, a lot of these maps, by just holding on in that defense when his teammates might overheat a little bit, things like that. Obviously, not too much of that here on the Icebox, but I also want to give props to PRX in shutting down Lightning Fast so much in that first half. I mean, they made his life miserable. He was not able to rule that A site like he used to against some of their other former opponents on the side of Global Esports.
Yeah, absolutely. Lightning Fast was so critical in all of those Icebox wins when Global Esports looked really dominant on. And the same thing you were saying with Devi. Devi is a fantastic player, one of the longest players on PRX, and we haven't seen him in full form either. I know we talk a lot about Jing, but Devi today, now this is the Devi that we really know and love when he plays really well. Now, because of his fantastic play today, that really does affect our rankings.
Well, actually, what's ridiculous is he got his ult first, not because of his fantastic play, because he actually got deaths, while Benkai got 0-0-0 for like
No, he
4
got some
rounds.
kills.
Well, later on he did.
On the first part.
Yeah,
Yes.
but no, I'm talking about the reason he got his ultimate
yes.
is
Yeah.
because of the deaths. He got plenty of kills in the second
He
half.
got plenty of deaths and plenty of plats.
Yes. No, he
Yes.
did very
Yeah.
well.
He
very
did great.
Scenario worked out.
I mean, these questions, it has nothing to do with actual player skill most of the time, but
Definitely.
congrats to everyone for
Yeah.
ranking up. You know, I didn't want to
Get
leave
him
my
some
boys, Paper Thin
barbecue.
and Achilles alone, you know?
so
Wanted to keep them company.
So I messed up, right? I think I was, diamond on day 1, and I came back to
Oh,
diamond
yeah, now
again
you're back,
on
yeah.
day 4.
There you go.
Viewers? Oh, yes.
Rank up.
Up.
Yay, good job,
Yeah.
viewers.
Rank
shine
up.
bright.
Ooh, okay, now we're spread out a bit more. Yeah, all right.
All right, here we go.
Oh, look at this. Look at me keeping the balance. 3, 3, and 3.
Yes.
You know? Really keeping things even.
This is
I'm just doing my part. You know? What can I say?
okay, Will. It's fine. I just want to look at this board a little longer before we leave
Savor the
for
moment.
week 4. Yes.
I'm kind of stuck
Because it's not
there.
going to last long, yeah.
I'm stuck there for a while because I'm not going to be panel for a while as well.
Yeah. Diamond's a good place to be. You know,
Yeah.
originally we really wanted to shoot up to Radiant, but you know what? Like, we'll stick with Diamond. Diamond's a healthy
I
rank.
gave up at some point. But
Yeah.
you know what?
I mean,
It's-
hey, it's
Yeah, now you're back
respectable.
in. You're back in the game.
You're back in the
Yeah! All right. Well, predictions. Also, you are now on a full,
Yeah.
full streak here.
He's got
full
it.
W. Like,
Yeah.
all wins.
Again, some people might say that, just real quick, that day 4, it feels a little more tangible what was going to happen, but still, there was some points where I really also thought the Global Esports was going to win, because again, they were on that rise. We know how strong some of their maps are, and they, as we were discussing, this entire map veto that they gotten, it was all very, very plausible. But looking at the stats real quick, we just saw how strong PRX's kind of bounce back was after those, 4 initial rounds from Global Esports.
Yeah, I mean, I think just identifying, right, the weaknesses and what maybe PaperX prepped and wasn't going right in the first couple rounds are very crucial in those early timeouts. Listen, GE, the counter timeout from Coach Spin, I really liked it, right? PaperX is a team that really gets the momentum off if they start to get those round wins. I thought the idea of that, obviously we don't know exactly what they discussed, but the timeout itself I don't have a problem with, but GE was not able to really regroup themselves in the server. And at that point, I can only imagine that the coaching staff was wondering, do we call a second timeout in the first half or not? Because you do want to stop that momentum, but also you want another chance once you get to the second half. So, listen, I think the Icebox, overall, it was pretty respectable from GE. The momentum, by the end, was absolutely PRX favored, but I think GE showed why, that they have been improving. Obviously, the overall map pool, some of their compositions, some things still need to be retooled a little bit here.
Yeah, and this is, I think, a good lesson for them. I think all the teams face this at some point when things are working really well. We were talking about this yesterday. All the teams are constantly evolving, upgrading, looking at all the tape and making sure they're fixing things. They're not just using the same comp and hoping it'll work next time. They are constantly adjusting. So this is good for Global because their Icebox was fantastic the last 3 times they played. And they might have needed this little kick in the butt to figure things out.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams that, win trophies, they talk about how they learn a lot from their losses. So I think this one, when you have been doing well and you get challenged quite a bit, especially against a team like PaperX, that's good news. And, Team Secret, I mean, PaperX is their key to victory, apparently, because not only do they get one of their wins from PaperX, but PaperX sends them into the playoffs by taking down GE. So, obviously, it doesn't mean that GE is necessarily out. It just means that Team Secret and Gen G are now far ahead enough that they will be locked in Group Alpha, and the last remaining spot, it remains to be seen if it will be taken by any of the teams in Alpha Group.
Oh, yeah. This is...
Yeah, they all only have 1 win.
Yeah, that's right.
And 2 of them only have 1 match left. So we're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, Bleed's going up against DRX, right? As their last.
Bleed is playing...
Yes.
Oh, yes, as their last. So next week is PaperX for
That
Bleed.
is-
Yeah, Bleed's playing both the RXs.
Yes.
okay.
That's...
So it's a very rough one for Bleed. It's a very tough one for Bleed.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, do you guys want to give any early predictions for who's going to be in our playoffs? I know we gave them earlier on this month.
I mean, I just want to say, I think I think Talon is probably the most surprising one from Omega Group, right? I don't think anyone was writing them off as like last place or anything like that in Omega, but also as a very strong contender right now to potentially make it into the playoffs. I think they're in a really good spot.
Yeah, it's just very refreshing as well. Lots of ideas, lots of different comps for against different teams. We haven't really seen that from a lot of the competing teams right now. Specifically, if they can make that happen, that's another kind of complexity that we have for teams that will be, facing each other in the playoffs.
So I think a lot of viewers want to know what your predictions are next week, Asarai.
I have nothing yet. Just
He's not giving us any info.
I need
The gods haven't spoken to him yet.
I'll let you know on Twitter, chat.
I need to recuperate.
Follow
guys.
@WilchOver on all social media platforms.
Wow.
And I will leak the script. All right? You
But-
heard it here first.
But I will say,
Here first.
I will say to the viewers out there, guys, thank you for all the memes that you've been sending on social media. I hope that
Can you give a little post so I think a screenshot? The next.
But it's
I
not
don't have the
memes.
hood.
It's just truth.
Yeah.
It's not memes. It's just facts. It's just facts. You
It-
just know.
Somehow it turned into something
Yeah.
something similar to facts.
Just bask in your glory, Asarai. You know all. So week 4 is going to be very exciting. Bleed versus PRX. We got Global facing DFM next, so that I think will be a very interesting.
crucial.
Yes,
Very
very
crucial.
crucial. Both of these teams, we've seen them at a really good potential, and I hope they really bring both of that out. But we do want to talk to PRX. We have Devi on standby here, and I'm really looking forward to what he has to say, and maybe like why it took him a while to warm up as we went into stage 1. Let's go over to the stage.
Hey there, Jen Lee down here on stage. Joining me is Devi from PRX after their 2-0 win against Global Esports. Now, congratulations, Devi.
Thank you.
You faced Global Esports, especially Benkai, your former teammate. Looked like you were having so much fun. So, how was it seeing him on the other side?
I mean, it's fun to play someone that you used to play with before, you know. So, I mean, you kind of knew that his habit, and he kind of knew that our habits, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's better of who outsmart who, you know. So yeah, I mean, that overall is very fun, and also we just lost to Secret, you know. So it's kind of like angry Rex, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we were able to see that angry Rex from the onset. So let me ask you about what happened after that Team Secret series. How did you guys kind of treat that loss, and what were the feedbacks around what happened on Sunday?
I mean, for me personally, I kind of knew that it's gonna be a very hard game because we played them so many times, you know. I mean, they call us the El Clasico for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we played so much, and they kind of knew what we were doing, and they were hitting insane shots, you know, especially some of the players, especially the JC Veg and stuff, you know. So yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, they just played very well, I would say. We are not on their level that day, and hopefully if we do get a rematch against them, then hopefully we're able to, you know, compete with their performance or energy at the moment, you know. So yeah.
Well, yeah, but today we got to see that Angry Rex activated once again. I guess maybe thanks to Team Secret. But other than that, you guys pulled out a new comp on Sunset. Forsaken on the Breach, you on the Sage as well. So what was the main idea behind this change? You know, how was this supposed to make your Sunset even stronger?
I think probably we saw a lot of other teams run Breach, you know, on this map. And I think it's a very good agent to have to kind of like add the set plays, I would say. So I think so far it's kind of working out for us, but I mean, just gonna get started very soon. But hopefully, if we manage to kind of like maintain our performance or even increase our play style, you know, in some ways that we could be more consistent, I would say. Because now it's kind of like, even though it's kind of like Angry Reds, but it's kind of like hit or miss for us, you know. Sometimes we play good, sometimes we like kind of like crawling, you know. So yeah. Hopefully.
Right. So with this change, another thing I want to ask you is, whose idea was it, or who actually said, hey, can we give this a try?
Like the comp?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just Jing's request, you know, because he had a bad performance against Secret, and we were like, JJ, what agent do you want to run for? What do you need from us, you know? Like, we're gonna fully focus on supporting you, and you become the monster again, you know?
Yeah. And Forsaken was okay on the breach, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he would love to play
Yeah.
as much as many agents that he could, so that
Yeah.
he can increase the agent pool, So yeah.
I feel like if Jing asked Forsaken for, maybe ISO, Deadlock, Clove, he would have still
Nah, I
played, right?
think
Yeah.
He would still play, but I think the other bros will stop him from doing
Yeah.
that. I think because I don't think ISO is the agent to play at the tournament. At the moment, maybe more buff and stuff.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah,
maybe in the future. But Breach worked out perfectly for him,
but
right? Yeah.
I mean, it's Jason. I mean, it's Forsaken. He would love to play any
Yeah.
agent. Yeah, he would.
Agree.
Yeah, let me
I
play. Let me
agree.
play.
I agree. Next up is Bleed. Now you have Ye on the other side, Zest on the other side. How is that
Yep.
going to go down?
I mean, I think they had bad start in the beginning of the season, but I think after a few matches they're looking solid. So I think that's probably the hardest part when it comes to the league. I think so. Maybe they kind of on form right now, and maybe they even have more time to study us. So yeah, we're just gonna have to try our best. And also we are not in our best form. Jin just came back and stuff, and yeah, we're just gonna have to keep focusing and not to, I guess,
Underestimate them?
yeah, underestimate, not too happy with our performance because it's kind of shaky, So, I mean, rather than focusing on them, maybe we just gonna focus on us, At the end of the day, I think our biggest enemy is ourselves,
Oh,
So,
right. The wise words from Davai. But thank you very much, Davai.
Thank you for having
Congratulations
me.
once again, and good luck against
Thank you.
Bleed.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And that was Davai with the post-match interview. And with this match, we close out week 3. Now, coming up on week 4, day 1, will be Bleed taking on PRX and Global Esports facing DFM. So we'll see you soon.
Thank you.